It was another warm Caribbean evening, but this one was going to be special. The last of the sun's glow was fading in the evening sky, and Tilly, the female hawksbill turtle, swam slowly in the shallows and listened. She could hear the gentle lap of the Caribbean Sea on the sandy shore very near now. She could hear the fading laughter of the day trippers as they made their way home. Soon she would be alone. She raised her head and listened again, remembering the day she was born on this beach 25 years ago, returning now for the first time to lay her eggs. Then suddenly, out of the corner of her eye, she sensed movement and turned. The sea around her filled with bubbles, and a dark shape flashed past. She smiled. It was only Gus the green turtle, a cheeky youngster who had spent the day swimming with snorkelers. He was heading for the seagrass beds to feed. With the island now in darkness and the beach to herself, Tilly clambered steadily out of the sea with the help of her powerful front flippers. Little by little, she made her way toward the back of the beach. The sand was still warm from the perfect Caribbean day, and there was a line of tiny seashells at the high tide mark, but Tilly didn't notice. She was looking for a place to lay her eggs, and she found it among the beach plants near a row of softly swaying coconut trees. Tired from her climb, but aware of possible danger on land, Tilly moved the dry sand away with her flippers, positioning herself in a body pit of damp sand, perfect for digging a hole. She began using her back flippers, swish-swash to and fro, scooping out the sand, breathing deeply with the effort. Once she was happy with the depth and perfect vase-like shape of her newly dug nest, she began to lay. 150 round eggs the size of ping-pong balls, creamy white in color with slightly soft shells, dropped quietly down and soon lay in a pile below her. She'd almost finished now. Swiftly she covered her nest, carefully patting down the sand and disguising its position by flinging sand in all directions. Then with a huge push on her strong front flippers, Tilly turned back towards the sea, spurred on by the sound of the waves and the thought of returning to the watery blue paradise she called home. She would make this journey 3 or 4 times more during the summer, laying over 500 eggs until, without looking back, she'd head to the open sea and her far-off feeding grounds. During the next 60 days, away from prying eyes and unseen below the beautiful white beach, the tiny turtles grew in size until they were ready to hatch. Then, using their sharp little bills to tear open their shells, they scrambled in unison, back and forth, jostling together, all 150 turtles eager to emerge. The trade winds had died to a whisper, and a slim crescent moon hung in the sky. Small waves broke softly, covering the beach in a gentle sweeping movement. There was no one to witness the extraordinary work of nature as the hatchling turtles erupted at the surface, tumbling out from the sandy depths onto the beach for the very first time. Thicker and faster they came, scrambling over each other, their tiny flippers moving rapidly back and forth. Down the beach they hurried, instinctively knowing they must follow the faraway glow of light to the sea. Nearby, 2 black eyes appeared, then 4, then 6, until a cast of curious ghost crabs peered out of their sandy burrows and watched hungrily. The baby turtles sped swiftly by, too quick for the ghost crabs to catch them and thankful for a lucky escape. One wave came and then another, washing over them salty and cool, but the baby turtles were not afraid. With their front flippers held close, they kicked hard with their back ones, pushing themselves forward. Pausing only to breathe the fresh night air, they swam through the breaking waves, heading out to the open sea beyond. They were embarking on the journey of a lifetime, the long journey all baby turtles make before they themselves return to nest. It was the start of a huge adventure.